because I'm going to steal a saying from Makamula Coins, I thought I'd give him a plug. And what I'm going to say is, what's in the box? Let's have a look. And it is about 3,000 halfpennies. 3,000 old pre-decimal halfpennies. And we're going to go and search through them, see what we can find. I've got these 3 Whitman coin albums. This one's 1860 to 1901. Then we've got 1902 to 1936. And 1937 to date. Well, that would be 1967. People ask me where I get these from, and the answer is eBay. Nearly all these albums I got from eBay. The only one I could find available from the 1860 to 1901 was this one. It only cost £3, but it's not in the best of condition, but it's going to do its job for this video. All the compartments there for all the different dates. There's not quite as many different varieties, variants, variables to look out for as there was with the pennies, if you saw my penny hunt. But it's going to be more of a date run thing, this, and see what best quality ones we can find. And finding good quality halfpennies is not an easy task. They were very well used in their day, and I've certainly done a lot of transactions. So let's have a look. Let's grab a handful and see how we get on. Okay, let's grab a handful and see what we get. Okay, right, the very first coin, the very first halfpenny out of the pot is 1944, George VI. And there it is. Very high mintage figures for these coins at 81 million, nearly 82 million of that one. Okay, what have we got then? A 1966. I'll put them in. I'll look at a few and then I'll put them in. That's a 1910, so that's Edward VII. And you see how worn they are. What we got there? 1960. 1944 again. 64 there. There's 1958, a 1957. Now that is something we need to look out for. 1957. Okay, I'll put those few in place that I've just found, and let's go back to the 1957. Okay, this is the standard, the more common 1957. You see the C underneath the ship. The ship, of course, is the Golden Hind. Is rough. You can see the waves. In fact, I've done a whole video on it. I'll put the link. Where should I put the link? I'll put the link up there now. I've done a whole video on this halfpenny. Now let's compare it with this 1955. Now you see the waves on the 1957 are very choppy, but on the 1955 they're more calm. So this is known as the calm sea and this is known as the rough sea. So what you're looking for is a 1957 with the calm sea, much more scarce. Now there's one, quite good condition, that sold on eBay recently for 15 quid, but probably something in this condition, you get it for a £5. It's worth having though if you're going to collect the halfpennies. Okay, because I've just fished that 1955 one out to use as an example, let's get that in place anyway. 1955, what's that, 18.4 million. Now there's 1957, let's get that in place. Now 39.6 million, but that includes both varieties. If anybody knows the mintage figure of the Calm C one alone, I'd like to know that. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Let's carry on. And we have a 64. 1921, that's George V. 1959. 1960. Now, did you know 1961 is the only date, let me just zoom in there, is the only date from 1860 to 1967 that there wasn't any minted. So we've got 1960, 62. 65. What we got here then? A very grubby 1928, that one. I won't put that one in. 64. 1930. 1951. Oh look, got a horrible hole in it. I don't like coins with holes in. 64. 29. Another 1951. It's a penny you want with date 1951 on. Worth a few quid. 67. 66. A 1940. It's a better condition 65, 64, 66, and a 1917, another 1929, 64, and 1965, a 59, and a 1948. So let's get those in position. And that's all those in position. Let's carry on. And there's George VI, 1946. And 1932. That's a grubby 1940. 66. 51. And there's a 1920. Haven't got that one yet. 1902. That's not bad condition actually for 1902. Edward VII halfpennies are very worn usually. Not too bad. 45, another one we haven't got. 67, there's going to be a lot of 67s here I fear. 1950, haven't got that one yet. 55. 59. 58. 66. And another 45 there. A 1960. So 1936, I don't think we got that one yet. 58. And a 1911. Seems to have a bit of a hole in it there. But again, it's one we haven't got yet. And we've got 66, I think that is. And 66. 38, I haven't got a 38 yet. Another 66. 1958. And another 60. Okay, let's carry on. Let's carry on. 59. What's that? 59 and a 1919. I believe that's the one we're looking for. And a 47. We haven't got 47 yet either. 1920. Yeah, I've got that one. 67. 1950. There's a 1928. I believe that's one we need. 59. 41. Haven't got a 41 yet. We have now. 51. 66. And an 1898. So that's a first Victoria. First Victoria found so far. Very worn condition like they all are, but it's a Victoria. 64. So 67. 47. 65 and a 67. Let's get those in play. When you look at the massive mintage figures of the George VI and the Elizabeth, and then you go and actually have a look at the veiled head Victoria mintage figures, they're not quite as high. Only 3 million 1895, 9 million, 8 million, 8 million of the 1898, 12, 11, 11 million. So it's not surprising we're not finding them. In fact, the highest mintage figure is the one we haven't got on there. 146 million of the 1967. Why, with decimal day looming, they mintaged so many in 1967, I have no idea. Okay, here we go again. 66. 65. A37. Yeah, oh no, we need a 37. Oh, need a 37, well, that's good. 41. 1964, and here we got another Edward VII. It's another 1902 though, and that was a better quality 1902, the other one. 1919, we've got that. 56, I believe that's one I want. Yeah, 56 is one I want as well. I'll put that in a minute. 41, 64, 1960, 64, 67, 65, 65, and another 1919. 1930, I think we've got that one, yep. 64, 65, 1958, 1946. Oh, we got another Victoria. Actually, we needed that 1946 as well, I just looked at. We need that 1946, and what Victoria we got here? A 1996, that's another one we haven't got. But again, very warm condition. Never mind, states we're looking for. 57, now that's 57, but that's a rough sea. It's a 57 calm sea we're looking for. 63, 64, 64, and 65, 63, and 1907. Now look at the quality of that. Edward the 7th, you do not find halfpennies in that condition. Fantastic. Oh, that's probably the best find so far, that one, without a doubt. 1907, lovely. Oops, I'll drop it. 62, what have we got here then? 1918, we haven't got that one yet either. And we end there with a 1954. Alright, let's get those in position. Okay, another 57, but another rough sea. 56, 1964, 1930, yeah, got that. Got a 50, it's a 52 we're looking for in the 50s now. 56, 41, a 43. Now we haven't got a 43, but that's not the best of conditions, but I'll put it in till we find a better one. 38, 62, and there's a 43. It's not much better really, is it? Slightly better probably. Another 43. Oh, that's the best of the lot, so I'll put that one in then. 38, 64, 1920, 59, and what's on earth we got here? It looks like a 2p, Irish 2p, yep, from 1971. Now that's quite a bit bigger, isn't it? Well, that one got through. That's just one side. 38. Oh, there's a 52. Now we haven't got a 52. Not the best of conditions. Oh dear, it's not, is it? But it can go in for now. Another 57 and another rough sea. Haven't found a calm sea one yet. There's a 67. There's a 51. 60. And there's a 1915, is that? 1915, but terrible condition. You'll have to go in there until we find a better one though. So we haven't got that yet. 67. 64. 31, have I got a 31 yet? No, that's another one to go in then. 65. And 1928, yeah, I've got 28. 60. 1960 and the grubby 1941. Now I did say there's not as many variants to look out for in the halfpennies as is with the pennies, but it still doesn't mean there's still quite a lot. Now this book here, The Bronze Coinage of Great Britain by Michael J. Freeman, and you can see the halfpennies there. There's still lots of different things to look out for. Lots and lots and lots. But this video is beyond the scope of this video. And what I'm doing in this video is just a date run. Otherwise it would take months to go scrutinise every single one. Now we'll look out for some of them as we go along, but mainly I'll just concentrate on filling these albums. Now for instance, there is one we can look for in the 1967. You see the rim round there. There is a variety where the rim is nearly twice as wide as that, and it will stand out if we find one, so I'll keep looking out for that. But let's, for now, just keep looking out for the dates. Right, there's a very worn one there, and we are not going to tell what that is. Oh, it's a shame because it's a young head Victoria. But no chance whatsoever of reading that. I'll tidy these up a bit. Right. George V, 925. That's one we haven't got. That's one straight away. And a 1914 George V. Yet another one. 67. So I'll keep looking out for that rim and seeing if we can find the wide rim one. 42. In fact, we haven't got a 1953 or a 1954. So they're the three we're looking out for then. Should be quite common those. So 1923, I think that's another one we haven't got. Yep, it's yet another one. And there's a very tatty George V. That's another 1923 though. That's 65, another one. 59, 65. There's a Victoria. 1897. There's another one we haven't got. 19, we got that. There's no mint marks on the 18, 19 or 12s on the halfpennies, or the halfpennies I should say, because that's how it's pronounced. 1950, 64, 54. 54 is what we need. What am I doing? Yeah, 54 is what we need. So I'll put that on in a minute. 45, 43, 59. 66, 38, 65, and another 65. Let's get the ones in we need. Okay, there's the 1897. There's the 1954. There's the 1923. And there's 1925. And that's the 1914. Yep, going back to pronunciation, that would always have been called a halfpenny. No one would have called it a halfpenny. Yep, without exception, whether you were working class, middle class, royal family, you would have called that a halfpenny. So for instance, if you had 2 pennies, that would be called tuppence. Add that to it, and that would be tuppence halfpenny. Without exception, everybody would have said tuppence halfpenny. Right, today is the 29th of May, Saturday the 29th of May, and I always like to upload my videos on the day I make them. So I'm going to get this rendered, get it uploaded, call it part 1, and I'll see you in the next part.